This has to be one of the best hikes in Switzerland, and it also includes experiencing the steepest funicular in the world. Now we'll talk about that a bit later on, but this hike is from Klingenstock to Fronalpstock. Apologies if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. I probably am, but I'm doing my best. So this hike is a very unique ridge hike, and it includes phenomenal views of the Alps as well as 10 different mountain lakes, and it is also known as the Stoos ridge hike. If you Google it, it will come up. It is truly a unique hike, and we really enjoyed it. So hopefully in this video we can share all the information, and that can help you to decide if you want to add it to your to-do list. So first, to begin with, we got the train to Arthur Gold. That was the closest train station from where we were staying, and then we got the bus from the train station to the Stoos village. So this is the bus that we took, which was right outside the train station, and it came with amazing views. So these are actually the bus views, and we had a Swiss travel pass, so we were able to use the train and the bus for free, or well, included in our Swiss travel pass. So the bus was a few minutes long, and then we arrived here, which is where you have the funicular station. Now, as I said earlier on, that the steepest funicular in the world is in Stoos. Stoos is absolutely a beautiful village. Now you can see here the mountains are so beautiful. This is just outside the train station, and also then you can get the funicular up to the top where there is the Stoos village as well. So the Stoos band actually provides access to the car-free mountain village of Stoos, and it has a world record to boot. So the funicular railroad from Skiven, which is SCHWYZ, to Stoos, is actually the steepest in the world, and it is really a technical marvel that already makes a journey an experience. So before you even start the hike, hopefully you will be very excited about experiencing this funicular. So you can enjoy panoramic views once you're in the funicular, and actually it is a vacation paradise. And what more, it is actually included in your Swiss travel pass. So all you do is go to this train station, well, funicular station, which is just there as you saw from outside, and you show your Swiss travel pass, and then they give you this ticket which you scan and go through the barriers. Now we were the first ones really there early in the morning, because we wanted to start our hike super early. But you can see it is very busy. There's barely any space. I mean, there was no space, so my husband actually had to stand while I just managed to get a seat to sit down. It is packed from the very early morning, because this is a popular hike, not only for tourists but also for people that live in Switzerland. So I would advise to go super early in the morning, or the earliest that you can, but I'll talk a bit about that in later as well. So this is the view from the funicular. Although it was very busy, we still got to enjoy some views. Now after the funicular ride, you reach in the Stoos village itself, and this is where you kind of get off, and you've got maps here, you've got directions here. There's many different hikes from here, the popular one being the Klingenstock one that I mentioned before. Some people do it from Fronalpstock to Klingenstock, but you can do either. So this is the map you can see here. This is the Stoos village, very nice and quiet. It's so pretty. We really like this village, and we really wish that we had more time to experience it, but we just wanted to do this hike, so unfortunately we didn't spend much time here. On your way, when you're going to the funicular, because you have to get another funicular, you will see this water well place and a playground. I would really recommend filling up your water bottles here. We didn't see any other place with water bottles, or like any other place we could fill up our water bottles, so please do utilize this place. So what we did is we froze some water bottles, plastic water bottles, the night before, because if you're going on a hot sunny day, then you are going to need all the water you can. Even though we had 2 big bottles, we were still short of water. So this is still Stoos village, you can see here, and this is the second funicular station. Now unfortunately this one is not included in your Swiss travel pass, and you do not get a discount here. We tried, but it didn't work. It is an independent funicular station, but the tickets weren't too bad. They were about 30 Swiss francs return, or maybe even less than that, so don't quote me on that, but they were affordable. and it was a return funicular that we got. So here we were the first ones. We actually had to wait an hour before they opened. I believe it opened about 9 o'clock, and it was very busy. So all the funiculars going up, you can see, are packed. And if you're bringing bags, make sure, be careful, because you are going to have to hold it the way my husband's holding it there. The views were great, again, from this funicular, open air funicular, so you might be a bit worried or maybe a bit anxious when you're sitting on this one. It's not like the other ones, but it's an experience itself. It was a smooth journey, and it was a very peaceful journey, and we could just hear some cowbells in the background, so it was really, really nice, and we really enjoyed it. And it was about 20 minutes on the funicular, and then we reached at the top, and this is what that looks like. And then we just really wanted to get started with our hike. We really didn't want it to wait, and we wanted to start as soon as we could. So that's exactly what we did, and you can see here there's loads of people doing this hike. If you're going on a good day, if you're someone who's a bit anxious like me, then don't be worried, because this is a popular hike and there'll be loads of people doing it with you. Just make sure you check for weather forecast every day, a day before, even hour before. I would really recommend it, because up in the mountains weather can change, and we went on one of the hottest days in the year, and that had its own challenges, but the good thing was that it was clear, and there were loads of people doing this hike. So the hike normally should take around 2 to 3 hours, it says online, but for us it took about 5 hours. Now I'll explain why that was afterwards. We began our hike with some walking sticks. Now you don't have to have walking sticks. I decided to utilize them for the very first time, just to ensure that I had good balance. Also, make sure you have good shoes. Please make sure you wear hiking shoes and wear appropriate clothing, and take lots of water, as I said before, and take a backpack like we did with some food. And as well as enjoying the views, you have to make sure you look after yourself too. So this is really early on in the hike. You start to see lakes pretty much immediately, and you can see loads of other people doing the hike as well. So there are some picnic tables where you can sit down and have some lunch. That's why I say, or breakfast. That's why I said make sure that you bring snacks and food with you. Bring fruit, bring the food that you like to eat, and maybe nutritions. That would be good, especially because this hike is a bit challenging. So other things to bear in mind is we went on the hottest day in the year, and unfortunately that did lead to some challenges for me. So I did end up getting some sunburnt and heat stroke pretty much, or mini heat stroke later on this hike, but please, that's nothing to worry about for everybody. It might be for some individuals. Well, I'm quite sensitive, and I also have some other conditions, so that was probably the reason why I got quite sick later on this hike. So I was fine up until here, and really enjoyed watching this crazy helicopter landing. It's so unique how in Switzerland your method of transportation to work is by a helicopter. So here we just casually saw some builders being dropped off and then later on picked up by helicopters. So yes, you will see that quite a lot in Switzerland. We also saw some beautiful butterflies, which were very, very friendly. All the butterflies were super cute and friendly, so you will see loads of them as well if you are going to go on this hike, or if you have been before, then you might have seen that. So if you have actually been on this hike before, then do leave a comment down below and tell us what you thought of the hike. Would you recommend it? Because it's always nice hearing from different people and getting different perspectives, so do leave a comment. This is just some drone footage. Now, you are allowed to use a drone in Switzerland. We do have a license which covers for 1 year, and we had to do a theory for that, but I know that's not mandatory. It might change in the future, but we still did it. We did get some great footage, but this hike is super busy, so if you want footage just with the two of you individual, you know, you might be waiting quite a while. Like we had to wait sometimes 20 minutes to get some shots, and then we gave up and we just took shots anyway. This is where the hike starts to get a little bit tricky, especially if you have a fear of heights. Then about an hour and a half in the hike is when really things start to get a little bit tough. So it was still manageable, and we are not experienced hikers. We have never done a hike like this before, but we managed it. There was some times like around here where I had to just focus, look down, not look anywhere else, and just close my eyes. No, don't do that, don't close your eyes. But there were times I just looked down on the floor and I didn't look anywhere else, because sometimes I can have a fear of height. And you can see there's no railing on the left hand side. Now later on in a little bit you will see there is no railing on left or right hand side. So here you can see some on the right, but literally as soon as you walk past here there will be no railing on the left or right, and there is very steep kind of drop-offs. So we finished the first part of the hike, which wasn't too challenging apart from the last bit. Now this is the most challenging bit. It was, at least for me, the most steepest bit, which is where you again walk up. So the ridge hike, the way it works is you walk down in a zigzag, and this is the bit where you have to walk back up to the next funicular. Now I really struggled with this. You can see me sitting there throwing up. Yes, I did throw up. I don't know what happened to me, and we also ran out of water at this point, and I just felt really sick. But after I rested for a bit and I threw up, I felt fine and I managed to finish it. But there was a point in this hike where I really thought that I won't be able to finish it. So if you're anyone like me who's not physically fit, because I'm really not, then maybe have a think about if you do want to do this hike. I would really be careful. I don't want to advertise on everyone doing it, because I know how challenging it was for me. There was a point where I really thought I'll just go back down, and at one point my husband even thought he'll have to call the ambulance. So really be careful and think about if you want to do this hike, because it's not for everybody. It can be challenging, especially all the reviews online say that the last bit of this hike is challenging even for physically fit people. So be careful about that. But we did make it, even though it took us a little longer due to me having a nap and throwing up, but we did make it, and we were ever so proud of it. It was truly an experience. We had a good moments, we had some challenging moments, but we persevered and we made it to the end. And we saw some cows. You can also see some mountain goats there as well if you're lucky. And we got the funicular back down, which was very calming, especially knowing that we'd done this hike and we were so proud of ourselves and we wanted to treat ourselves in the evening. So you can see here, this is the hike we did. Again, another map, and we went back to Stoos village, which is just so beautiful, as I said before. So if you have time, maybe spend some time in this village because it looks so cute. We would have loved to spend more time here. And then we got the steepest funicular in the world, which is a Stoos band back down, again free with our Swiss travel pass. So the only thing we had to really pay for was the funicular taking us up to the hike. So truly this was our experience of this wonderful hike. We hope you like watching this video. If I've missed something, please do ask a question down below and I can answer it for you. And do remember to subscribe to our channel as well. Every single subscriber matters to us. So we're a small channel and we really appreciate your support. So we hope to see you in the next video. Take care.